Okay, we are on the final step of our album. I've already got it decorated, and I'm just going to walk you through what I did so you can accomplish the same process. Okay, so remember we had all of our lace. We had this, lovely lace that had all the roses on there. The rose vine that was so gorgeous, and then we had our stretchy lace. And then we had our 3/4 inch Rochelle lace. So I used all of those, and we'll see where I put those. Of course, we had these beautiful, look at this, I just put this out here, these beautiful flowers right here from 49 and Market. They were flamingo. So there's a package of, there's several different sizes in there. So we used several of those. And then I used one of the shabby roses that is ivory. So a few things that I want to talk to you about that I think are important to use. I use fray check from my sewing days, but I use fray check on all my lace. So on the edges of my lace right here and inside, I put that fray check, and what that does is it keeps it from raveling. We also then have this great hook and eye system that I've never seen before, and I'm so excited to use it. It was the rope hook and eye from Dritz. And I have the one piece left here because I'm going to show you what I did with it. Okay, and then also I have used my hot glue gun. Remember, my mom made me this beautiful container, and I'd like to tell my mom it's on its last legs. And so, Mom, when you're watching this, just let you know that I need a new holder for my glue gun or something, because this is gotten out of hand. And let's see here. And then I also use E6000 when I put on my hook right here, and my flowers. I use I use the glue gun with my flowers, but on the EK6000 I use it on my hook right here. Okay, so let's talk about what we did in the front and back cover, and then we'll walk you through the inside. So I cut out, remember when you looked at your cutting guide, there was a whole page of these tags. I hand cut out every single one of them. A few of them I put over black paper and then hand cut around the black paper. You've probably already done that now, but don't stress because it wasn't that hard. So there's one right here, and then there's one right here I put underneath. I took the lace on the front here, and that's that rose vine lace, and I put it all the way to the edge of my album, my book there. See that? So there's no gap there. And I hot glued it down, and I glued down in a few points right here, and I actually put my card piece over top of that lace because I wanted this whole piece to showcase. And again, this was in your cutting guide. It was in one of the things that one of the pages that I said, hey, cut all these out. So that's what goes on top of there. And then I did my flower arrangement. So I'm just going to bring that up so you can take a peek. So if you want to emulate it, you can. I used one beautiful shabby rose and a couple of the leaves from it. This is a bigger flower, and then a next size down. And this is one of the big flowers, and then a few littler ones. And I always try to put something over my hook. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so the back is similar. I put my lace on, but as you know, on this one, my piece right here, I actually put it underneath the lace. And then I put flowers right here. Now, before you adhere this down, I adhered my stretchy galleon lace underneath here. So you want to do that before you put this on. Otherwise, it's very, very, very difficult. Very difficult. I also, under here where there was words in our the front of it, I actually took like a inch piece of paper and covered it. But you actually can't even see where I did it because it's all covered up. But right across here in that paper, it says, it talks about what size the papers are, and I just put a piece of paper underneath there, but you can't even tell. And the same thing with this, you can barely see it right there. So you want to cover those up. It's about an inch, and I just use scraps. Okay, so this piece of paper right here, I am so excited to have it in the back, and I know I marked it in our cutting guide to put it in your back. But again, I think it's going to give the opportunity so someone can sign it. I could certainly put, made by Bonita. I don't know that I would do that unless I was giving it away myself personally. If I sell it to somebody, I would not do that because, I don't think that's cool. But, you know, if I give it to somebody as a gift, I could put, you know, made by Bonita for, you know, Sarah or something like that. So, and then again, look at my flowers there. So you can just kind of get an idea. So I've got a big one, a couple medium ones, and a couple small ones. Again, you want to put your stretchy lace under there first. And again, you can use a hot glue gun. You want to make sure it gets adhered in there very well because it's going to have stretch and pull on it, and you don't want it to come undone. Okay, see, you don't want to put a whole lot of stress on it, but you want to do that. And then you're going to put that down. Now, just to let you know, I still am going to do my hook and eye system the way I always do. So I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to put the stretchy lace through one on each of the holes there. Oops, sorry. And this is cool because these holes in these, there's no opening. So on the other ones, there is an opening. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tie, not a tight knot, because this one would be really hard to tie a bow. And actually, I'm probably going to do that a little bit tighter because what I like, and I know this is, you can't see this at the moment, so just give me a minute. What I like, I'm so visual, I want it to have a little bit of give. I'll try to do a bow here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I was able to do a bow there. See that? So what I like to do is to have it have a little bit of a little tight, so when it's standing up, it's got some tension on it. And then as you put your pictures in there, then this will continue to be able to expand. And you could also untie it and make it quite, you know, way enough to go out to the 3.5 inches. But I like to have it tight in the beginning when there's no photos in there because that kind of gives it a better look. And I'm just super visual. There's nothing, no magic about that, but that's what it is. So again, I use the rose vine lace on the front, and I have like one piece left that I could use on the front of another one, but I don't have enough to do both. So you know, there's that. And I only had this much lace of that Rochelle left, and I could put it on one more place. You know, it's too bad I didn't think about putting it like right underneath here. So if you know, that would be something that you could do is you know, put it right underneath there. You sure could do that. And then here's my stretchy lace that I'll set aside. Okay, so again, these are tag cutouts that I put on black paper. This is one of the cutouts we had that I mounted. We put the flowers on there, on the back, very similar, but we put I put the cover, this piece right here underneath my lace. Okay. Great. So now let's go through the album, and I'll talk to you about what we did through the album, and then you hopefully are close to being finished as well. So let's just open it up here, and I didn't do anything. We've already taken care of this, so there's nothing special on here. I did add a little bit of lace, that Rochelle lace right here on that diagonal pocket, and I have put many of my photo mats are inside here. I've loaded it with all my photo mats as well. And this one, I only have a little bit of, I'm going to show you at the very end, I'm going to show you what I have left, and I'm going to make a few more photo mats, but I have very, very little paper left. You know, in the cutting guide, there was a couple pages left for you to do whatever you wanted in, you know, your, for your photo mats, and I've done that. Used most of my paper, and I just have a couple more. My granddaughter towards the end, bless her pea pick and heart, she actually did some edging with my ink, green ink around them for me, so I just had to mat them. So I have a few more to do, but other than that, I'll be done. So again, I put my lace right here, that Rochelle lace went right here, and I used a hot glue gun, you guys, because I want it to adhere and stay. I don't want, I feel uncomfortable with just the glue, so I do use a glue gun to put it down. So here's another mat. And here, again, I put one of the medium size, well, next to the medium, not the very small ones, but the next one. And make sure when you put this one on that you're just putting the glue right in the center, because you want the pictures to be able to go underneath there. Isn't that adorable? Here's a couple of the tags. Again, I told you I cut some of those out. Well, I cut them all out. I don't know, was there 12 of them or something like that? There's quite a few. Again, here's some photo mats. Again, I just went and took all of our paper, all the paper that was extra and whatever size it came out to be, I just made a photo mat. This is that cool. This is a stack pocket that we put the stopper in, and see, so that stops right there. So look at this. This, you guys, I made some tags, and I'll kind of walk you through how I did it. These tags are 3 by 4.5. I have the, you don't have to do this, but I love it. I bought it in Florida. The chomper that has just the angle, the crocodile, and it's the angle one. I just got that when I was in Florida a few months ago, but this is 3 by 4.5, and this is a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 square. And then I just took this piece, this paper right here is from the front page of the Stamperia display, you know, that has all the paper there. So I cut that out of there to do that. This is ribbon I had already on hand. I have lots and lots of ribbon. I forgot to trim these, you guys, so at an angle. Isn't that just adorable? I forgot to trim these. And you're going to crack up because I have a small stapler, and I grabbed my stapler to staple those down. And I totally 100% forgot it had colored staples in it, and it had lime green. Ha! So it actually worked out just incredibly perfect. So this one will, the ribbon will hang out, which is really cool. Again, here is another photo mat right here. Here's some tags in here, in these small ones, and you know, people can journal on the back. They can put a little picture on there. They can, you know, do whatever they want with that. Again, here's another mat. Now, what I want to talk to you about this envelope. So I needed a way to have this stuck down. So I just cut out, I punched out 2 circles, 1 1/8 and 1. And I only glued the bottom part of this. So just, I taped it, score taped it right here. So this raises up underneath. And so that allows me to tuck that in there. Isn't that cool? It's a great for any envelope. So keep that in mind, because you can make your own envelopes with that. And then what I did with this, it has a photo mat in the back, but it also has lines on it, because you remember this paper is called Letters and Flowers. So here, so you can write yourself, somebody can write a love letter or some journaling in there. So that was really cool. And here, let me see what I did in here. I'm just going to scoot this up. There's nothing really I've done differently other than my tutorial, and I just put that tag in there. These are just, and there's a couple booklets, and I just left the booklets like this so they can be journaled in. Didn't put any paper on there. There's a couple of those that I have you cut out if you so choose. Here's some more of those exact same tags. They're 3 by 4.5, exactly the same. Here's my next set of lace. I put on my diagonal corner just like I did on the one in the front. And here's another photo mat. Here's my booklet. I want to tell you what I did with my booklet. I put remember this was a piece that we had that was extra. So I went in and put this lined paper in here for journaling, and then I did my photo mats. And these photo mats, in case you're interested, are, the top one is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4, and these ones down the bottom are 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then I also did the same thing on the back, but I did it opposite of this. So that's ready to get pictures in there, and there we go. On this particular page right here, I added this circle, you guys. We had 2 circles that we cut out, and at the end we'll see the second one. What was happening is this flap was catching on this lacy border, and it was catching on here, so I just went ahead and put that on there so that when it was closing over, it wouldn't catch that, and it worked perfectly. So again, this was our pocket that went all the way down, so there's a photo mat there, and then here's a couple of our tags. It's so fun. Here's another tag or photo mat, another photo mat. And this is the last page, remember, because this is, they can use for journaling, and you know, they can put a picture right here as well. But yeah, Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about is our waterfall. Now we created the waterfall, and you know, in my tutorial when I created it, I put the magnet in the wrong place. But I want to show you what I did. So I had to actually put my magnet underneath here because I messed up. Instead of, it really should have went here and then put this piece down. So even it, hopefully in my tutorial, you know, I told you that so you didn't end up having the same problem I did. But you know what I thought was really cool? Again, this was the paper that we had left over. Why don't we put a piece of journal there? That way they can journal about all these photos in here. And then I just put 3 flowers right down here, and again I use my hot glue gun so you can see that. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is what I have left. I think this is so fun at the end of our journey. Again, I really appreciate you watching my videos. I love designing albums. It's just super exciting to me, and so I really hope you enjoyed it. So here's, oh, excuse me, I forgot one thing. I put my pieces right in here, those strips in between my gussets. They're 3/8 of an inch. You do not have to do that. See that? But what the paper I use, because we had no big enough piece of paper, so this is what I wanted to share with you. This is what's left at the back of our one of our papers. And so what I used for those gussets in the spine is right here on this side was an 8. You can see it barely right down in here. There's still a piece of it left. So I cut out and I used my 3/8 inch from, you know, over here, and I was able to use those. So it's really kind of fun. This I couldn't use because, I mean, it wasn't long enough, so I had to come over here where I show those papers going down. So isn't that cool? What a great. So I want to show you again what I have left. Here's where I cut out that big circle I told you in our waterfall, and here's where I punched the circle for the letter. You can see here is what on the other page, this is right here is what I used for the spine from this page. So never ever throw these away until you're completely done, because these give you lots of options to use as well. So we have that, and I have one whole piece of paper left that I will be making photo mats out of and putting them in the book. I just haven't done that. I have this piece left with this on the back, but you know, I could actually cut this one out, which I actually might do that. And we have that. And then this is what I have. All the other sizes that I could find, I actually made into photo mats. So this is what we have left. Isn't that great? And this. Again, probably 4 or 5 more photo mats that I'll be able to make, and then that's what we'll end up with. So that is really cool. That's my goal. I'm a quilter as well, and so when you leave me paper or fabric, it just gets stashed, and then I forget about it. These are pieces that were on the back, that back page of our items, and so there's some, you know, strips in there. You know, you might want to use them for something, but isn't that cool? All right, again, thank you again. This is Bonita, design team member for J&S Hobbies and Crafts. I hope you enjoyed this album. Thank you, and I hope to see you real soon.